Hello everyone, welcome back to the Collector's Corner right here on Rediscover the 80s, a special RetroCon 2021 edition. Yes, I'm wearing my press pass just because, but yeah, I got to go to RetroCon this past weekend with my son. It was a great time. They give you these fun little badges. Each year they do something different on the back there, so you can see it looks like the muscle figures, and they gave us an enamel pin this year, so was excited to get those items in the door. But it was a fun trip. Flew up from where I'm at here in Montgomery we drove up to Birmingham, flew over to Atlanta, flew up to Baltimore to meet my bud Wyatt, and we drove up from Baltimore to Philadelphia, or Oaks, PA, where RetroCon was. And you've got to go over to Facebook. I did a brief walkthrough of RetroCon just to give you guys an idea, but over 200 vendor tables there, which is mainly vintage toys and collectibles scattered throughout this huge space. They have some fun celebrities there I'll tell you a little bit about, and also some fantastic pop culture rides. The DeLorean was there. I got to meet the Lotus from James Bond. That was pretty exciting as well, but I've kind of gathered most of my haul for you guys to see today in this review. Not really a review, but more of a haul video. I'm saving a few things because, in case you did not know, I'm a double threat guy, we'll say. I do some videos over on the Retro Network's YouTube channel as well. Something we call the Thrift Store Horde. Me and my pal Kevin and Adam, who were both at RetroCon, we have been showing off our thrift store finds over on TRN TV, is what we call it. And hope you will join us there, because I'm saving some things. I've got my books and music. I'm going to save some McDonald's collectibles that are really fun. I'm going to save for that. And also some items from one of my favorite TV shows. We'll leave the suspense up to you. But please come over to TRN TV and check out that haul video coming up. We're all going to kind of go around and show off some of the stuff that we found at RetroCon, and, like I'm doing now, give you all the stuff that, besides those things, that we found at RetroCon. So, without further ado, I'm talking too much. You want to be seeing collectibles and fun stuff. Before I even got to RetroCon, we were up Friday night and went to what I would call a thrift superstore there in Laurel, Maryland. Huge place. Just, it was like a Walmart-sized Goodwill, in other words. And I dug through a bunch of different things. I'm limited because I got two carry-on bags to put anything that I buy this weekend in. So I did buy, I'm going to throw up on the screen, a few board games. I found one of the 1980s releases for Battleship in great condition. Me and my son actually played in the hotel. Could not bring that home. Also found one of my favorite games as a kid. They released a new one called Snafu, but back in the day, the one that I had was called Run Yourself Ragged. I found that it was a little dirty. Cleaned it up. It does need some of the silver marbles. I've got a couple, actually, from the Snafu version that I have. So that's not a problem. I was glad to pick that up. Both of those, I think, were $2 or $3. Can't beat that. Let's see. Wyatt found a 1980s Wheel of Fortune board game there. And the other thing that I did find that I was able to pack away, this has been on my Christmas list for the last 2 or 3 years, or Amazon list, and just haven't quite pulled the trigger. It's not vintage, but it's, promoting one of my favorite movies of all time, favorite Christmas movie. It's the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation Thomas Kincaid puzzle of the Griswold house, and you get Santa up here with the moon. Found that for, I think, $3. It still comes with the original mini poster inside too. You just don't find stuff like that at thrift stores, so I was very happy to pick that up even before we went to the show, plus the other board games. So coming in the door, my very first purchase at RetroCon, there was a bunch of Pez. My wife gets on us for getting too many Pez dispensers and them essentially sitting in a Easter basket in the garage. But I could not pass this up because I did not know they were doing big rigs as Pez, tractor trailers. And one of my favorite stores or gas stations or places to eat, whatever you want to call it, convenience stores, was Sheetz growing up in central PA. Kind of like Wawa, maybe 7-Eleven you would compare it to. Sheetz was the place. Sheetz fed me through high school. Anytime I was going out to eat for myself, I was getting 2 chili cheese dogs from Sheetz. And every time we go home, I've got to stop and get some of their food. But I thought that was really fun that they're doing what they're calling the Rigs line. And they had several different tractor trailers, several different stores and things. But seeing Sheetz, I was like, I've got to pick that up. I'm still collecting Hot Wheels and paid a little bit more for this one, but it's kind of hit or miss on which ones I can find in my area. But new for this year, the X-34 Landspeeder, Luke's Landspeeder from Star Wars. I love collecting the pop culture vehicles from movies and TV shows, video games. So I had to pick that up and add to the collection. Let's see, what should we do next? I did not get very many comic books. I did have my eyes on a couple G.I. Joe #1s. And that's really, someday I'm going to get a really nice G.I. Joe #1. But it was not this weekend because they were not graded. I passed on a graded one at my local store. I'm kind of regretting it now. Local comic shop. It was around $100, and the ones that they were selling at the show this weekend were $125, and another one was $300. I'm not ready to shell out that much money for a comic book yet, so I did not buy many comic books. I did find some G.I. Joes, but that's mainly the line that I collect. I didn't pick any of those up. Here's an Amazing Spider-Man. This was a Philadelphia Comic-Con exclusive issue. Actually won this at a booth. A guy had a wheel set up, and if you bought something, you got to spin the wheel. And I got to dig through this free comic, so I picked that up. And this is the only one I paid for. A Super Mario Brothers from, I think, 1991. I pulled it out earlier, March of 91. This is Super Mario Brothers #2 in this series. I had not collected any of those comics, so I thought that would be a fun one to pick up and check out that line. How about some Alf stuff? You know I love Alf. There he is. I'm going to take this one down soon because I bought something to sit in his place. But picked up a fun Alf figurine from, I think, 87. This is from the cartoon series or animated series. Had not collected any of these back in the day, so that shirt, you gotta love that shirt, man. So I had to pick that up. And then, you remember the puppets from Burger King, right? So I picked up the Surfer Alf. He's got his little sunglasses on top here, and he still had his surfboard attached. So there you can see the many faces of Alf you could collect. And it came with a record. The puppet came with a record. So, just this promotion, I have the baseball one somewhere left over. I don't know what he had. Might have had a baseball attached to him, but yeah, I'm gonna sit him right up there. I love the shirt, and was a great promotion. So I gotta get him up there. Here's a fun one from 1984. I had not known this existed, but I knew it was vintage, so I had to pick it up, and I love Ghostbusters. This is a Ghostbusters bracelet, really. You fold it over, snap the little pegs in place, and you can, you know, wear it on your wrist like a wristwatch. What time is it? It's time to bust some ghosts. Little trinket along the way, you know. You get down to these tables, that's what I love about RetroCon, especially on Sunday. They'll put out everything on this table is $2 or anything on this table is $5. And they'll have bins full of figures, dig them out, $1 a piece. And sometimes you have little bins and stuff like that that's just $1, $2. I got nickeled and dimed this year. I didn't really buy anything that was more than maybe 20 bucks. And I just bought a bunch of little stuff because I knew I could cram a lot. Trying to cram a lot in my backpack, in my luggage. All right, let's look at some figures. More or less some figurines that I bought this year. One figure I did buy, my Walmart's been hit or miss with the retro G.I. Joe line, and one of my favorite characters is Grunt, just because this image was on everything. He was kind of like the generic G.I. Joe, and I think he was on the Halloween costume that I had, that helmet, cut out the eyes, and that was the Halloween costume that they put out. And I wanted to make sure I got Grunt. I've seen some of the newer, I think this is in the latest wave with Stalker and some of the Cobra Troopers, but wanted to make sure I picked him up, so I got him. Also got one of the world's smallest G.I. Joes. Took him out of the package because just to save room. Duke. Was looking for Snake Eyes, did not see Snake Eyes. Duke and Roadblock was there. And I had seen them before. I had kind of passed on picking them up. Then I turned over the package and realized the back of it is the #1 issue for G.I. Joe, the artwork from that. So I was like, well, that's cool that they put that on there. And these are really, really tiny. So I won't get him out just because I'll probably drop it on the floor or get sucked up with a vacuum or something. But I have reviewed the world's smallest Bumblebee Transformer in this channel before, so you can check that out if you want a closer look at what all comes in with the world's smallest packaging from Super Impulse. Some figures that I had wanted for a while, and just I can't never find them at thrift stores and antique malls. And I knew their value was on the rise, and they might be expensive if I did find some. But so I only bought a few. I think they were $2 or $3 a piece. The muscle figures. Speaking of muscle, that was on my press pass here. I think these two are the guy that they used in a lot of their promotion, or on a lot of their card backs and imagery. So I wanted to use that. I like this one because the guy's face is punched in. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but it looked cool, like somebody had punched him. And this guy that has the like screw head and body, I remember having him as a kid. So there were several vendors there that had the pink ones, and then the other ones that had different colors. They actually wanted more for the color ones. I've got one left over from my childhood that's, I think, pink. Like a brighter pink. So I figured I'll pick up a few of those just to display or do something with. And then another line of what I would call figurines that I had as a kid were Guts. These wonderful army men. Now, I hope I still have the Ninja set and the Green Berets. Those are the two that I had as a kid that I've saved all these years. And I had one of these. I think it was this one right here. Just one of the, I don't know if these are the Marines or Army, whatever. So there's a look at the 5 in the set. I think there was 5 in each set. Might have been 6. Just fun. They're just a nicely painted take on the old plastic Army men. The classic ones, you know, that we all had growing up. And then my favorite, well, let's see. We'll do, I'm not big into the mystery or blind bag stuff. I do love my Garbage Pail Kids, so there's some that I really, really like and some that I don't, so I'd prefer just to buy them loose, so I don't have to, get the surprise of what I'm going to get. But there's Atom Bomb from the Garbage Pail Kids line of mystery figures. I don't know if they were Funko or... I know it's Topps that make them. It does say Funko. So they put out a line of those in a mystery pack. I think there was maybe 8 or 10 of them, and saw Atom Bomb. Actually, my friend Jeff, who was there, found him for me as I was taking a load off at one of the panels. And then this one just was instant nostalgia. And this is what I love about RetroCon, what I love about thrifting. You'll come upon something that just, boom, I had it. And I don't know whatever happened to it, but this guy, I'm pretty sure, is one of the Soggies from Captain Crunch, the Captain Crunch commercials. And this came out of a cereal box. It was a cereal box prize. And I remember having him, playing him, along with my other little figures as a kid. So that was really fun to find that and just be like, boom, yep, I had it. Let me pick it up for $1, $2, whatever it was. Okay, a few more things. I've got some trading cards. I'll save the fun thing for last. This is actually not even mine. I got a bunch of trading cards. Mickey, if you've been watching over on TRN TV, and me, back and forth, we were doing the Wax Pack Flashback. It's mainly his gig. So I kind of look out for trading cards, and a bunch popped out to me that I had to have, on this trip, and see if, Mickey had them, and I might do some openings myself. We'll see. But let's go through some of the cards that I found. I think some of the oldest ones were these Video City cards from 1983? 3 stickers and 3 rub-off game cards. And the bubblegum, of course. Based on, like, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, I believe, Galaga, some of those arcade games from back in the day. I'm anxious to open up. I got 2 packs of those. I got 7 packs of Michael Jackson cards from 1983. I think I got all those for $10. So just about, like a buck and a quarter a pack. Anxious to tear into some of these. And that was just fun. I had never opened a pack of those. A lot of these I have never opened a pack. Bill and Ted cards from Pro Set. That's probably early 90s, 91. We've got, I'm not sure about these cards, but when you're in the dollar, all these packs were $1, and I'm just like, let me just pick up cards. Artist Greg Hildebrandt, 30 Years of Magic. It's some comic book characters, I guess, that he had drawn for books. I'm not, like I said, I'm not familiar with Hildebrandt. So that was from 1993. Picked up a couple packs of those. How about Berenstain Bears cards? Pack 2 and Pack 3. I don't know. I guess that was maybe a couple different series. Story 3 is complete in the 5th pack. Story 4 is complete in the 6th pack. So I guess they tell a story. This will be interesting. 1992 for those. Batman Forever cards. Have not opened up a pack of those. I think those are probably 95. Yes, from Fleer. Star Trek 25th Anniversary cards from Impel, which made one of my favorites, of course, G.I. Joe. Those trading cards. The Bingo Movie trading cards, which I've never seen, 1991. It's a nice wax pack. Country Classics. Might be sending that one to Mick since he's a country music fan. These have like chase cards, gold cards in here. 1990 something. Don't see the date on those. They're $1. How about Maverick, the movie? Remember the movie Maverick, Mel Gibson, James Garner, 1994. Did not know they made trading cards for those. There's some chase cards there. These were fun. One of my favorite cosplaying groups at RetroCon is the G.I. Joe Finest group. And I noticed they had done some free trading cards that they had out front. So I picked up a couple that I thought were really great. There's Destro. And these are taken right from the cosplayers themselves. They even have a little file card on the back. Really great. I don't think I'd seen him live, but I have seen Serpentor. And he actually signed this one. An awesome cosplay that I've seen before. He was supposed to be there Sunday, from what they were telling me. Full chariot and everything. It's incredible what these guys do. And some of them change from day to day. There was an awesome Shockwave there on Sunday. And Cobra Commander on Saturday on his throne, which was great. And then, of course, I've been dying to get my hands on some Garbage Pail Kids cards because it's, you know, synonymous with 80s culture. I collected them, and the price on Garbage Pail Kids cards have gone through the roof. It's incredible what they're going for. So trying to find some at a decent price is a hard thing to find. You can't. eBay is ridiculous. So, but I did find 2 packs of Series 3 cards and 2 packs of Series 6 cards. And there I am. Jason Basin. That's my character. He lives in the toilet. But that's my trading card haul. I think I'm going to open those up either on this channel or over on the TRN TV channel. And then finally, before we get out of here, I want to show you something really fun. First, my pal Jeff there from the show, as we were departing, gave me a Monster Mash cereal. So we had to chug the cereal, but I kept the box because it was very good for preserving this fun autograph that I got of Terry Kaiser for my pal Old School Tim, who collects autographs and 8x10s of celebrities. Bernie, of course, from Weekend at Bernie's. With the purchase, I got to take a selfie with him, which I'll throw up there for you guys to take a look at real quick. Incredibly personable guy, very fun. Hearing him laugh took me right back to the movie and just some of his bit parts. He was the reporter in Night Court. Trying to think what other guest appearances he had. I decided to kind of go off the wall and ask him about his guest appearance on one of the episodes of 227, which also featured Pee Wee Herman. They were trapped in a toy store, and Terry Kaiser was the robber. They got trapped in the storeroom there, Pee Wee and Jackée and Marla Gibbs and her husband. And he just immediately laughed when I asked him about it. You know, do you remember anything about shooting that? You know, interactions with Pee Wee Herman. And he kind of leaned back in his chair. He looked up and thought for a second. He's like, something very interesting about Pee Wee Herman is he smoked, but he would not smoke around kids. He wouldn't let kids see him smoke. So between shots or whatever, between scenes, Terry said that they would go out back and have a cigarette because he smoked at the time too. So I thought that was a fun little tidbit of information about Pee Wee, you know, being the children's host or having his own children's show, and, you know, being in anti-drug commercials and all kinds of things, trying to be there for kids. And even though he smoked, he didn't want to see them see him smoking. So that was a fun little piece of information. Imagine Bernie and Pee Wee Herman, you know, having a smoke together. Anyway, so that was fun to meet him. Very fun guy. If you ever get a chance to talk to him or get his autograph, I would recommend it. So that was my haul. Lots of fun stuff. Like I said, I want you to invite you over to TRN TV on that YouTube channel and check out the thrift store horde. We're up to episode, I think, 3 or 4 now. So you can see some of the stuff we've been getting in the last couple months. We've been trying to release an episode each month. And so we're going to do one for our RetroCon haul. And like I said, I got some McDonald's stuff I can't wait to show. I've got some books, some records, some books and records. And then some fun toys from one of my favorite shows that I would stay up to watch on weeknights in the 80s to show you over there. So I'm going to try to put a link here if it's ready. Go ahead and jump over there and watch that. If not, go ahead and get over there, subscribe to TRN TV, and check out the thrift store horde and all of our fun collectibles we've been finding. So that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching over here on Collector's Corner on Rediscover the 80s. And we'll be back with more reviews soon. So make sure you're subscribed and give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.